You are listening to the Mindset Forge podcast. It's 2024. What's up? It's time. Hey, if there wasn't a time last year that felt like the right time to totally go all in on your health, your life, the best version of yourself, it's right now. 2024, it's January still. I took a hiatus because I really wanted to go deeper with the things that I was most passionate about. You know, as I'm doing the podcast, as I'm training people, I'm thinking to myself, okay, like, where's my unique space? Where can I bring my talents and my passion and my heart for helping others and really go deeper with that? And so one of the things I did is I hired a coach. This time I hired a business coach to really help me go deeper with, like, how do I really find the right people and give them the most amazing experience and results possible, and not waste my time kind of doing other things and kind of busying my life with things that didn't really resonate with my true heart. And of course, that relates to my family, my health personally, like my story and where I want to go with my life, with my family, with my son, all those things. So, you know, I spent the last couple of months, took a pause with the podcast. The last episode I put out, episode 98, if you haven't listened to it, was an awesome episode about strength training, about how to make sure you're getting the most out of it. And I was really pleased with that one and how it kind of completed the last 10 or so episodes and kind of the story that I was trying to tell back then. Now, in 2024, I want to take it one step further and I want to go deeper with those of you who are listening to this that are like, you know what, Bart, I'm in, let's go there. And so today is about talking about putting the pieces together. And there's four main pieces to the puzzle of like your health. And we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to go even deeper into kind of like some of the other things we're going to talk about that kind of complete that picture of healthy mindset, healthy human being. Especially after 40, when a lot of stuff starts to pull at you and kind of keep you back away from that best version of yourself. So that's where we're at today. I want to talk about those things. Now, obviously, core of that healthy body, healthy spirit, healthy person is going to be your strength training. It's going to be your nutrition. Like those two variables are absolute, like most important for like the daily ritual of like eating well, getting the right macros, getting your protein in, getting it from great sources, so that you're making sure you're putting the best type of food in your body. And then, of course, exercising, doing those strength training, working your body. Also, of course, cardiovascular strength. Now, people that do strength training a lot tend to need more cardiovascular strength. And then the other side of that is people that do cardiovascular strength or training, running, biking, they tend to be very focused on that one thing and need to do more strength training. So we've got to bring both of those up. And then finally is in that core four, I like to call it the foundational four, is going to be your healthy sleep habits and optimizing your sleep, right? Because there is no greater supplement, no greater, hack for recovery, which creates muscle mass, which creates more performance than a really great regular 8 hours of sleep. Not once in a while, not every third Thursday you get a good 8 hours in and you catch up over the week, but like literally on a daily basis, you're getting 7 to 8 hours, ideally 8. But hey, I understand there's sometimes you can't do that, but hey, at least 7, optimally 8 hours of sleep a night to maximize your recovery, to give you that balanced health, right? Strength training, nutrition, sleep habits, and of course, your cardiovascular ability. Those are your four pieces. Now, beyond that, we have a little bit more. We've got a little bit more that we can go into, and that's going to get us into just all the areas of optimization, right? From recovery protocols. Now, we've heard about like red light therapy, cold plunges, sauna. Those are all things that kind of are in that vein of the recovery work. Like I said earlier, sleep is the most important. Don't wake up early to go do a sauna. That's not going to help you. I'd rather you sleep in a little longer and skip the sauna if it means getting another 30 to an hour of sleep, right? But of course, we got mobility and balance. As we get older, we don't have mobile hips, shoulders, torso, that type of stuff. That's going to start to placate some injuries and force us to stop or slow down our strength training or our cardiovascular training. So we do definitely want to go into that. And of course, the mindset training, the disciplined mindset of a person in their 40s and 50s who's locked into, hey, yes, family, hey, yes, work, all those things, but yes, also my health, my way, my strength, all those things, really putting those pieces together. And then all of those culminate in having healthy daily habits. So really those 8 are holistically the things that I want you, and what we're going to focus on in this podcast is if we can kind of complete those 8 and make sure that on a daily basis, you're focused on strength, you're focused on cardio, you're focused on nutrition, sleep, recovery, all the things, mindset, all the things that are going to help you be your best self. So today, my main focus is look, you've got the tools. All the information is out there. In the last 98 podcasts, literally there's probably little nuances that we could still talk about that haven't been talked about. But the reality is all of the things that have needed to be said, all of the little pieces are there. You know what they are. It's not a question of like, well, if I just knew what this piece was, I'd figure all this out and it would all go well. It's usually not that. For 99% of the people, it's not an information gap issue. It is a, how do I put them together? How do I create accountability? How do I get someone like me, a coach, to help piece it all together? And that's really what my concept is. Moving forward, the way I'm working with people is really saying, hey, you know what? I'm not an hourly trainer anymore. I'm not somebody you just meet with a couple hours a week, get a little workout in, and that's it. Kind of forget about it. Like, we're doing this. We're all in. This is concierge style fitness. I'm looking at nutrition. I've got a partnership with medical professionals to talk about blood work and to look at some of those other things. We are looking at the whole picture, nutrition, all of it, so that you can truly maximize it, so you can truly get healthy. Because just because you drop weight on the scale or just because you start working out and get a little stronger does not mean the system's healthy, does not mean the habits and those things are in place so that you can have a really healthy lifestyle that's going to lead you to, the future that you want. So that's what I'm doing. And I really, it's about these 8 core ways or areas of optimization, which I want you to focus on. But let's start with those first 4. And I want you to close your eyes, unless you're driving, don't close your eyes. But otherwise, close your eyes and think about these 4 areas of your life. And let's do a little 1 to 5, 5 being like you're crushing it. So strength training, 1 to 5, think about it. Are you a 2? Are you 4? Are you really maxing out that aspect of your health? Where are you? 1 to 5. 5 is perfect or optimal. 1 is like, hey, I haven't even gotten started. Okay, next, cardiovascular training, right? Cardiovascular optimization. How is your cardio? Are you doing consistent cardio? Are you working zone 2, or you're also doing some zone 4 cardio or some HIIT training to spike your heart rate, to work on your heart rate variability, things like that? Or where are you with that? Are you a 3? Are you 4? A 5? Maybe you're a 1. It's okay. I want you to take stock right now. Next is nutrition, right? Holidays have come and gone. A lot of times that's where our nutrition slips a little bit, or we get a little loose with it. Where are you right now with your nutrition? Not before the holidays, not like today, but like in the last couple of weeks, holistically, how are you feeling about your nutrition? 1 to 5. Okay. All right. Now, last but not least, sleep optimization. How consistently are you, A, getting 8 hours of sleep at night, on a weekly basis? That's the first thing. So think about that. Like, close your eyes. If you're getting more, fantastic. There's nothing wrong with getting more. But if you're getting less consistently, 6 to 7 hours a night, if you're getting 7.5, almost 8, 7.5 to 8, you're in the sweet spot, right? Because we don't want to sleep so much that we kind of miss a chunk of our day, but we got to get 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep. So how are you doing there? The next one is, how are you doing with going to bed and getting up around the same time most days? Because that's another key indicator of because what's happening when you sleep is your hormones are being released. the mitochondria in the cells are replicating cellular function. You're building your muscles back. Your system is doing a reboot, and it's fixing anything that might be wrong. It's going through a lot of the processes that it does not do when you're awake. It only does this when you're sleeping. So the more you can get 8 hours of sleep, and the more you can continue to get the same general 8 hours of sleep. So if I go to bed at 9 and get up at 4:45, which tends to be my schedule, right? Then I want to do that as much as I possibly can. And so I create a schedule where Monday through Friday, I'm getting up 4:45, 5 o'clock a.m. In the morning, and I'm trying to go to sleep at the same time every night, because that's going to optimize my hormone release, optimize all of those factors that are going to make sure that you're recovering and you're getting the most out of your sleep. If one day you're getting up at 5, you went to bed at 10 p.m., got up at 5, that's 7 hours, not the best, but not terrible. And then the next day you're going to bed at 11 and getting up at 8, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., like your body's your clock's off. It really makes it hard for your body's like natural kind of instincts to hormone release and to go through the daily functions it needs to go through for recovery. Those things aren't happening nearly as well as if you're trying to go to sleep, at the same time every night and get up generally at the same time in the morning. That's why it's so important for us as parents to help our kids have that type of schedule. If their schedule's all over the place, that can really wreak havoc on their body. In fact, when kids go off to college and they talk about the freshman 15, all that kind of stuff, so much of that is not just their diet and the fact that they're drinking. It's the fact that their sleep schedule just went from like more consistent because they were at home with you to like all over the place, right? So we have control of when we go to bed, when we wake up, like being as effective as possible. Now on the weekend, hey, you want to sleep a little longer and sleep in, make sure you're getting at least 8 hours. And just sleep a little bit past the normal time you would normally wake up. But don't try to go to bed super late. Try to go to bed around the same time, within an hour of the time that you go to bed normally, right? So that's a key factor there, because you start focusing on that, you're gonna solve a lot of the issues that you've been probably trying to like look for supplements for. Maybe even like, hey, my shoulder just doesn't seem to ever feel healed. Sleeping is gonna be a big part of that. Right? Recovery through sleep is going to be a big part of injury prevention, because it does allow the muscles and the tendons and all the inflammation to actually have that time while you're asleep to go through the process of healing. So don't underestimate sleep. It is game changer for your recovery and your health. Right? And so if that's one of those, if we went through the 4 there and you were like, ooh, sleep's like a 1 or a 2, maybe that's what you're focused on for the next 4 or 5 weeks. It's just like, hey, let's get our sleep right. But my goal in this podcast, and this is of course all my content going out to you for free every week. I'm going to have special guests, really great individuals talking about mindset, talking about strength, talking about lots of things that are going to relate to you in your life right now, whether directly or indirectly, that are going to help you just kind of like have that extra layer of understanding and motivation to keep doing it, right? And then of course, if you want some more support, I'm doing online training with people all over the country, or in person here in Austin, Texas. If you do live in the Austin area and you really want to work with me, that's an option too. But I am doing online. It's very concierge style. I'm only taking a few clients, and then I'm working with some top-notch trainers to help provide more access to my program. To the Team Brian Blueprint is the name of my program. It's really the blueprint of success that encompasses all 8 of those optimization areas, including the main 4 that I've just been talking about. So that's where we're going with this. We're going to deep dive into all of those step by step over the course of the next 4 months or so as I roll out this season 6. But just as far as what you're going to learn and what you can expect from this podcast is deep diving into these topics, making sure that you're as informed and as ready as possible. And then, of course, if you want more from me, you can always access me through my website or through social media to find out more and set up a call with me. Because what I'm doing now is I'm looking for specific individuals who want to have a deep relationship with somebody who's not just a trainer, a coach, but it's going to be able to really provide a holistic program and give you the tools and give you all the things you need to be successful. Because if you're missing one or two, oftentimes, especially if it's a mindset piece or if it's nutrition or something like that, it really, things don't go well. And you get frustrated because you're like, man, I'm paying this trainer. I'm sore all the time. These things seem to be going well, but I'm frustrated because I'm not losing weight. I'm not feeling better. I feel like I'm yo-yoing, all that kind of stuff. And it's not fun for me as a trainer, and it's not fun for the client too, because we're just not addressing enough. And so the results aren't happening, and we don't want that. So that's what I'm talking about today. But anyway, this is a short podcast. Really wanted to just go deep with this concept. Again, first four things that we're looking at: sleep, strength, cardio, nutrition. You get those four things right, boom, we can start adding other things in there and start building a daily habits and mindset that's going to take to not just get them right for a month, but have that lifestyle and have that daily discipline of being that unique individual who doesn't fall when others just seem to not have the control over their life and their environment to make the healthy decisions on enough of a daily basis to be the best version of yourself. And that's really what I want for you. The best version of yourself, optimize for health, strength, and longevity. Thanks again for watching and listening to the Mindset Forge podcast. Stay tuned and check out the show notes for more information, and definitely reach out to me if you want to set up a call.